Hello again. My video got cut a little short, but I put a lot of this information on Facebook already, and it should still be there. If it's not, then Facebook is going to have some serious implications headed their way. The IRS is not a U.S. government agency. It's an agency of the IMF, International Monetary Fund, and you can actually find that with case sightings. So diversified metal products versus the IRS, public law, Senate report, reorganization plan, and public law. It's CB-93-405E-EJE USDCDI, public law 94-564, Senate report 94-1148, page 5967, reorganization plan number 26, public law 103-391. Now, the IMF is an agency of the United Nations, and that's actually Black's Law Dictionary, 6th edition, page 816. The United States has not had a treasury since 1921. That's 41 statute, CH 214, page 654. And the U.S. Treasury is now the IMF. That's according to the presidential documents, Volume 29, Number 4, page 113, 22 U.S.C. 285-288. The United States does not have any employees because there is no longer a United States. No more reorganizations after 200 years of bankruptcy. It is technically finally over. That was Executive Order 12803. The FCC, the CIA, the FBI, NASA, and all the other alphabet gangs were never part of the U.S. government. Even though the U.S. government held stock in these various agencies, U.S. versus Strang 254, U.S. 491, Lewis versus U.S. 680, F2 D1239. Social Security numbers are issued by the United Nations through the IMF Fund. The application for a Social Security number is the SS5 form. The Department of the Treasury, that's the IMF, issues the SS5, not the Social Security Administration. So the new SS5 forms don't state who publishes them, while the old form states they are the Department of the Treasury. And that's 20 CFR Chapter 3, Subpart B, 422.103B. There are no, lighting went out. There are no judicial courts in America and have not been since 1789. Judges do not enforce statutes and codes, so that's why these things are so important. The executive administrators enforced statutes and code. That's according to FRC versus G281 US 464, Keller versus PE 261 US 428, 1 statute 138-178. There have not been any judges in the United States since 1789. There have just been administrators. So you're talking about magistrates, they're administrators. You're talking about adjudicators, people that actually help children get out of legal issues and free them. A good to know thing. That's FRC v. GE 281 US 464, Keller versus Pennsylvania 261 US 4281, statute 138-178. According to the GATT, you must have a Social Security number. That's a House Report 103-826. New York City is defined in federal regulations as the United Nations. So Rudolph Giuliani stated on C-SPAN that New York City is the capital of the world. So he actually stated that, and on the news, and it was on a news report. 20 CFR Chapter 3, Subpart B 422.103B, in quotations 22. Your Social Security is not insurance or a contract, nor is there a trust fund. Now, they say that, but the Social Security card used to have the word account on it, and the reason they took it off is to actually alleviate your knowledge of that, and that's actually fraud. Your Social Security check comes directly from the IMF, which is an agency of the United Nations, not an agency of the United States. And top left, someone usually has written U.S. Treasury on it. You own no property. Slaves can't be... They pretty much say slaves can't own property, but we have all this legal documentation, such as the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence. You look on your agreements with other people, and they try to make you a tenant. A lot of people, they sign colonial mortgage, things like that, and they try to have you as just a tenant. So some people are like, yeah, I own my home, and really you're marked down as a tenant. So your home essentially